Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoyed these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing the Montblanc 1858 automatic chronograph, a watch 42mm in bronze that helps to bridge the gap between the well-known but comparatively scarce and costly Villeret-made Minerva chronographs and the more common but perhaps less well-publicized lug-to-lug manufacturer Montblanc timepieces. And this watch really does have one foot in both worlds, with the aesthetic of the Villeret pieces but the accessible cost and of course bomb-proof functional mechanics of the lug-to-lug pieces. The timepiece, sort of a best of both worlds, has a bronze case that's 42mm in diameter and about average in thickness at 14.7mm. It'll slide easily underneath a jacket cuff, maybe not the tightest of dress sleeves, but you should be alright with most. From lug to lug, it's a full-sized watch. 52.4mm, it has a healthy span across the wrist, so I would recommend a lower wrist size limit for this watch of about 14.5 to 15 centimeters circumference. My wrist, again for reference, 16 centimeters circumference for those who are new to the channel. A 22mm spacing between the lugs, that's the size strap this watch takes, and I have to say that I'm very impressed by the quality of the strap that Montblanc has equipped. It features a little bit of a burnished profile with darker outer ridges and a lighter center, a contrasting stitch, plenty of bolstering, so material down the center, sheer sides showing the layers of construction, that contrasting stitch, and then on the opposite side, as you could appreciate, a double folding deployant that actually features a little bit of a bronze cap, twin trigger release, and you have a double folding clasp that's friendly to a small wrist because of the double fold, and thanks to the twin triggers, this one cannot accidentally pop open while you are donning or removing it bedside or perhaps engaged in sporting affairs, because this is a sports watch. 100 meters water resistant, sapphire crystal, automatic winding, and robustly loomed. It may look a little bit antiquated, but the vintage look, the retro aesthetic, is the point of the design. It's ready to do just about anything you would do with a Rolex Datejust. Bronze case, principally of satin finish, but with a few well-chosen polished elements, including the transitional bevel on the flank of the lugs, and as you can see on the profile of the chronograph pushers as well as the crown, the Montblanc star, and a bezel that is conical in profile but with a small, very narrow, polished vertical element to add a bit of nuance. A wonderful box section sapphire that adds a handsome camber and a little bit of a vintage plexiglass look over the dial. And then we have a very subtle gradient sunburst. It fades from a sort of silver bronze at center to a darker bronze at its edge. This, more than anything, to simulate the effects of aging. You have a lovely ecru colored luminova for the cathedral style hands, which are immediately channeled from the design language of the Minerva made chronographs. You can see rose colored hands, a sort of off-white ecru for the Arabic numerals, and you'll also appreciate, if we get real close, that there are blackened boundaries around each of the numerals to increase the contrast when viewed in the light. Of course, the timepiece also featuring hash marks and Arabic numerals outboard, against which to more easily read the minutes and seconds. Turn it all over. You can see Montblanc. You can also see a little compass rose amid hiking gear, and of course the idea of summiting Montblanc is implied by the caseback. You can see that there is a titanium bronze alloy used in the composition of what you see here, and the watch tested for 500 hours as part of the Montblanc in-house fully cased chronometric power reserve winding efficiency and reliability test of this watch, so there's a little bit of added value. You can also see 10 bar, 100 meters water resistant. Underneath the caseback is a Sellita SW500, and this is what Montblanc calls MB25.11. The Sellita SW500 is a Sellita version of a ETA Valjoux 7750, automatic winding, unidirectional, 48-hour power reserve, 27 joules rather than the ETA's 25. It features a stop seconds functionality, so if you pull the crown, you hack or stop the balance, and it still beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour, or what is commonly known in modern parlance as a high beat movement. And of course, plenty of water resistance. Pusher feel is very good for a cam style chronograph. You hear it, you feel it, it's sharp and positive. Have a listen. So I'm going to put it in the category along with the Omega Moonwatch as cam chronographs tuned so well you can't tell they're not column wheel chronographs. You can see this one and make it yours on the watch box. Montblanc 1858 automatic chronograph by night.